There's a certain type of crime story that doesn't just ask who did it. It asks what it cost you to survive it. And the moment I watched the first trailer for Scarpetta, that's the feeling that stayed with me. Not the bodies, not the crime scenes, not even the tension. It was the weight, the sense that this isn't just about solving murders. It's about reopening something that was never fully buried. Before we begin, would you please support me? Subscribing is free and very important to me. Please subscribe for better analysis and more videos. Prime Video just dropped the official trailer for Scarpetta, the upcoming 8-episode series starring Nicole Kidman as Dr. K. Scarpetta, and if this preview is any indication, this isn't your standard procedural. This feels personal. Scarpetta is based on Patricia Cornwell's best-selling crime novel series, a literary franchise that has sold over 100 million copies over the last 3 decades. For 36 years, readers have followed Dr. K. Scarpetta through forensic puzzles, brutal murders, and deeply psychological investigations. But surprisingly, despite the scale of the book series, this marks the first major television adaptation of the character. That alone makes this project significant. Nicole Kidman steps into the role of Dr. K. Scarpetta, a forensic pathologist returning to the job under complicated circumstances. The trailer opens with her voice calmly reciting an oath. She promises loyalty, objectivity, professional integrity. But almost immediately, we understand something isn't clean here. She admits she didn't leave the job on her own terms the last time. She didn't like how things ended. That detail sets the emotional foundation for everything that follows. Because this isn't just about justice, it's about unfinished business. Scarpetta finds herself investigating a set of horrifying murders involving 2 women who share identical head wounds. Bobby Cannavale plays Pete Marino, a detective with a complicated history alongside Scarpetta. At one point, he directly questions her motives. Is she back because she believes in second chances? Or is she here to self-destruct all over again? That line isn't thrown away casually. It lands. As the investigation deepens, Scarpetta begins to notice unsettling similarities between the current case and the very first case that shaped her career years ago. The kind of case that leaves permanent marks, the kind of case that changes you. The more parallels she finds, the more uncomfortable the situation becomes. And then there's her sister. Jamie Lee Curtis plays Dorothy Scarpetta, and the dynamic between these two immediately adds another layer. Dorothy warns Kay not to open this barrel of monkeys, as she puts it. That warning doesn't come lightly. It suggests history, conflict, secrets that extend beyond crime scenes. And that's where this series feels different. Scarpetta isn't just chasing a killer. She's confronting something that terrified her once before. And everyone around her seems aware that her first major case did something to her. The trailer repeatedly hints that the original crime scene left a psychological imprint she never fully escaped. We even get glimpses of flashbacks to a younger Dr. Scarpetta arriving at that formative scene. It's clear the past and present will collide. If you've read Cornwell's novels, you already know Scarpetta isn't a surface-level character. She's clinical, intelligent, emotionally guarded, and deeply affected by what she sees every day. Translating that complexity to screen is no small task. And that's where Nicole Kidman becomes an intriguing choice. Kidman has built a career playing women who operate with control on the surface while something fractures underneath. From Big Little Lies to 9 Perfect Strangers, she excels at portraying composure cracking in slow motion. Here, that energy feels perfectly aligned. But she's not alone. The cast includes Jamie Lee Curtis, Ariana DeBose, Bobby Cannavale, and Simon Baker, which signals Prime Video isn't treating this as a small-scale experiment. This is positioned as a major streaming event. In fact, Scarpetta is being developed as a potential successor to Reacher on Prime Video's slate. That's a strategic move. Reacher delivers action-heavy procedural tension. Scarpetta appears to lean into psychological depth and forensic detail. Different tone, same ambition. The production itself has been in development since 2021, with Blumhouse and Curtis's Comet Pictures overseeing the project. That combination is interesting. Blumhouse understands tension and genre efficiency. Curtis brings legacy and credibility. Liz Sarnoff serves as showrunner, and her resume includes Deadwood, Lost, Nipped Blue, Crossing Jordan, and Alcatraz. That pedigree suggests a balance between character drama and serialized mystery. What makes Scarpetta particularly compelling is that it centers forensic science rather than traditional detective work. The horror isn't about chase sequences, it's about evidence, precision, autopsies, reconstruction. The trailer carefully shows Scarpetta at work in sterile environments, studying wounds, analyzing patterns, reconstructing narratives from physical trauma. It's methodical, clinical, but beneath that precision, something is unraveling. The more the present case mirrors the past, the more the series seems to question whether solving crimes is ever truly separate from living with them, and that psychological thread could be the show's strongest asset. Patricia Cornwell has written 29 Scarpetta novels so far, with the most recent installment, Sharp Force, released in 2025. The longevity of the series speaks to the character's staying power. But translating literary longevity into television success is always risky, because television requires momentum. And based on this trailer, momentum won't come from explosive action. It will come from emotional excavation. Scarpetta premieres March 11, 2026, exclusively on Prime Video. 8 episodes, 1 returning forensic pathologist, 1 possible serial killer, and 1 unresolved trauma. The real question isn't whether she can catch the killer, it's whether she can survive revisiting what broke her the first time. And if Prime Video pulls this off, Scarpetta could quietly become one of the most psychologically intense crime dramas of the year. I'll definitely be watching this one closely. And if you're into crime series that focus less on gunfights and more on what the evidence whispers when nobody else is listening, this might already be on your radar. Thanks for watching. Share your thoughts in the comments. This is where these kinds of films come to life. Until the next story, stay curious, be critical, keep your eyes on the screen, and remember, every film you haven't seen is a new film.